Hello, hello. Everything is getting set up. Give me just a moment. I think we are live again. Oops. Hello, hello. We are live here with Cookie. I have quite a lot of work to do, so I thought like, let's just do a public live stream every week and see how stuff go. At least I have some company while I sew, so I am freshly out of the convention and I'm already excited for the next one. So I have this adorable little peanuts. I can see that this one looks very, like right now there is a sunset happening and I tried to put some trash bags over the window to keep the light out, but it's a little bit of a weird lighting, but you can see that they really glow. I promise that they are not so glowy, like they look like this. But for some reason my camera just decided to make them super glowy. So I'm going to be sewing little froggies in time for Dutch Comic Con today. And since I have these ones already cut out, I'm gonna start with those and then progress to getting them sewn. It's quite a lot of intricate work, which I'm not really thrilled about, but in order to have a break from it, I plan to just get... I have some sewn keychains already, so I'm going to... I have little dinos, so I have like little dino keychains that I want to do, and I have some of the regular platypus. I still need to make Perry, but I didn't have the fabric yet, so the fabric arrived today, so I'm happy, and now I can stitch Perry, and for next time I'm gonna have some like teal ones. Hey Bianca, good evening to you too. Oh, Cookie is falling. Hello. We are getting ready to stitch out some froggies, and it's so hot today, and the light is being against me, so I'm just saying like, who cares? Let's just do this. I hope that you're doing well, that you've been doing anything else today than just melting. So I'm just gonna start by stuffing the froggy. I have actually left the opening on the side here for a change, because I think it's easier to attach the leg and hide it than if I just do it somewhere randomly in the middle. So I'm just, I'm gonna stuff it in this way. And I also didn't put a label on this one, exactly for the reason because the leggy is here. So I'm gonna make a cut in and push the label in and stitch it by hand in the end. So those are like the last few preparations that I'm gonna do before the convention. But right now I just want to get them done because a lot of you have been asking for froggies and they take such a long time for me to stitch. I thought like, okay, let me just make a couple for Dutch Comic Con. So I have, so this one is like an anthracite, and I have like a purple one. So yeah, here it shows blue and here it shows glowing. So keep it in mind that it's somewhere in the middle. This one is anthracite. And then I have one with dark moss fabric, and here are still two. So this one is the same lime one, but it has dark brown or anthracite details. And this one is the same green like this, but it has dark brown details. So I switched it up a bit to have a bit of a variation within the same hoop. And yeah, I think it's gonna be nice. It's gonna add the touch of variety without it being really too much fabric cuts. So yeah, I am fine, thank you. Oh, nice, good to hear. It was 27 degrees today. Yeah, it was a little bit cooler than yesterday at least, but still so I'm kind of hoping that a thunderstorm would come and cool everything down, but at the same time I'm hoping that the thunderstorm will not come, because then it's gonna be that sticky weather type of humidity thing with heat, which is not really pleasurable either. So let's just hope that it's gonna be a little bit cooler, because I'm honestly not really looking forward to being stuck in a Dutch Comic Con hall with such hot weather. I think I'm just not made for summer. I prefer winter. So I think this one is just stuffed enough. I'm just gonna go and let's do first just one. So the feet I'm leaving empty. And so this is the back feet, this is the front feet, this is the front part, and this is the back part. So I like to shove just a little bit of a, like more of a tubular thingy in. Like, it's so hot today, I really had to put my hair up because it was so annoying. So I thought, like, hey, it's a good opportunity to get my dragon ears up and practice for the convention. So these froggy legs are closed here but open on this side. So I have to kind of orientate the edge of this. So I'm just gonna be orienting it in a zigzaggy motion. So now I'm here with the hemostats. So I'm just gonna try and push a little bit of stuffing there towards the edge in order to keep it stiff enough to get the leggies sewn on. So I'm hoping that after the sun goes a little bit down, you're gonna be able to see a little bit less neon colors. So now I have to do another twist over here. So I'm just practically keeping my hemostats with the stuffing still, and I'm just twisting the leg around it. I found out that that way works better instead of just trying to shove everything around just in. Then now I have like everything is evenly stuffed and there is no like empty pockets. So I'm just trying to make sure that everything is more or less even. So here is a little bit of an empty space still. So in. Hi mermaid, welcome, welcome, welcome. H. I hope you're doing well as well and not getting melted by the heat. We did manage to buy some, how do you call it? Like the water ice lolly popsicle ice cream thingies. Like the rocket ice. So that was nice and refreshing in the afternoon. All of the other water ice were just gone from the store. I think everybody had the same idea. So one leggy is stuffed. Oh, I have to start putting the stuffing there because I have a little fan blowing here, and then the stuffing just keeps flying off. Whee! So I need to keep it there, because if not, me and Cookie here are gonna die of heat. So let's do the same tactic again. So now I'm just stuffing the edge of the leggy. I need to twist it and twist it. I've been playing with resin today as I need to make some jewels to go with my partner's cosplay. Oh, nice! Nice, nice, nice. That is cool. What kind of jewels were you making? Like any specific like gemstones or something more fantasy inspired? I feel that with jewels you can really go any direction. They're also pretty. There. As it's quite hot in my craft room, it cured very quickly. Oh, I believe you. I believe you. I'm here is quite okay. We had like everything open through the entire day and little fans and so. But now I had to close the door for the stream, so now I'm kind of cooking here in the sauna. So the temperature is gonna rise quite quick. So it's sadly too much noise from the outside, so it's I cannot keep everything open while I'm streaming. And the microphone is also echoing a lot, so I'm having a bit of an itch in my eye because there is the little fan, as I said, blowing towards me. And my eye has been just tearing up for a few days. Sea stars and shells and some other stuff to sell. That's quite a tongue twister. Sea stars and shells and some other stuff to sell. Nice. I'm sure in this summery heat it's gonna be really bringing you back to the beach kind of feel vibe. So yes. So this one is stuffed a little bit more, so I need to spread it out a bit. Maybe take a little, oh, that was too much. I'm gonna take a little bit out and pull it back, because I don't want it to be really like stone hard, but just floppy enough to sustain everything. I'm gonna put a little bit here on the edge, so it's easier later to sew it. So, some pieces of stabilizer mixed in between. There. It's actually been so hot and dry these days that all my stabilizer is just, it became very hard, like, where's the camera? I don't know if it's gonna zoom in. Like this stabilizer, it's very crunchy. So it's toughened up. Instead of being like that nice plasticky thing, it's just like a giant plastic slab, which is quite annoying. On this one is quite okay, but on the other machine, I pulled it in the morning and it was completely like going like crunch, crunch, crunch. So now I'm gonna push a very tiny amount into the forearms or four paws. I don't know, 4 pins, 4, I think, arms. I do not know the anatomy of a frog completely in English. So the front leg is. I'm gonna do the same thing, just put the hemostats in and then twist the plushie around it. And get this one in. So this one also needs to be just sturdy enough to keep the shape. Front paws, yeah, I think they're paws. I'm not completely sure. Sometimes when I'm designing things and don't know what is what, then I just Google for some anatomy graphics and so. But I haven't done it for the frog. So, a little bit more. There. This tiny paws or tiny stuff is really finicky, so I'm... But I think if I do it in this size, it's just exactly frog size, like nice hand frog size. So that's worth it in the end. And then when I need a break, I can do a little dino keychain in between, so win-win. I'm gonna put on this one also a little bit of a extra stuffing here on the edge. On this one also. There. Like this. I think that's fine. The other ones I keep unstuffed, so that's okay for now. It's just like the stuffing was kind of blowing into my eye as well, so it's not really helping. Okay, so the next thing, I'm gonna start closing the openings. I'm gonna try and put you a bit closer by. There we go. It's super glowy green. Wait, let me try and put this. No, this one is even worse. Okay, I'm gonna put it out of the picture so you're not gonna have the neon constantly. Oh, maybe I'm gonna put a little bit extra stuffing in there. So, yeah, so just to get this closing a little bit sculpted, I'm just gonna use, I think white thread would go with this one well. I'm still so bummed out that this thread doesn't come in pastel colors yet. I'm hoping, I mean, they started with only a few colors and then they expanded the range, but I'm hoping that they're gonna do like a pastel line as well, because I really love the thread. And now I'm gonna be playing the game of putting the thread through the needle. There we go. It takes just a few tries. So there, I'm gonna start closing it with the ladder stitch. And I should not forget that I need to put the labels in. So I'm gonna put the label as the last thing after the leggings are sewn, then I'm gonna see a bit how it's gonna look. So for this one, you need to make sure to just shape this edge a little to follow the same path as the outline on this side. So I'm just gonna be doing that. The sunset tail is finished now, and I'm making forest tail. Ah, that's lovely. That is lovely. I still, as I said, like the fabric arrived before, so I have a lot of extra dragons that I can finally do. I'm gonna be making some nice and summery treats and nice summery stuff, and Delft's Blauwe, as I mentioned before, because the color combination is so nice. There. So now I got the edge kind of similar to the other side, and I'm gonna start just going slow and getting the edge closed properly. Just fine-tuning it a bit. My hands are not really completely collaborating yet. I went from very swollen hands to doing stuff at the convention, and then coming back and still being swollen, and then the heat for a few days. Like my right hand was completely swollen yesterday. I'm happy that today is working with me, but I'm noticing that I'm having some trouble pinching stuff still. So it's gonna be fine. For an hour I can do it. Hour and a half. Just hard to poke things right now. There. So it's time to make the knot. This is what I mean when I say that I don't really like doing the edges with plushies with open edges. I always like to hide things for like the keychains and stuff on the back, because then you get like the edges. I mean, how can I show you? This kind of similarly shaped, but this one you can see that it's a bit more like wavy. And I don't like that waviness. I really want everything to be nice and symmetrical, so I always am able to hide stitches better if it's on the like in a straight line with the ladder stitch than doing the edges for some reason. And also didn't get a lot of practice for it, so that's an extra thing. There we go. So the body is closed, and the next thing I'm gonna do is just sew the fins onto the leggings. So we have two front ones that are a bit smaller and two big ones that are for the back. So I'm gonna start with the big ones. The smaller ones are always a bit of a hassle, so and I have still a bit of plastic here, so I'm just gonna pluck it off. It's easy to have everything like nice and flat without any plasticky stuff in between, because if I put it in the stitches, then it might just stay there and be forgotten. And there we go. So let's do the back one. So I want the leggings, if I'm looking at it this way, I want the leggings to be a bit more like to the bottom out. So I'm gonna be doing it something like this, a bit more to the back, so something like this. Then the front ones are gonna go more underneath, like just checking, like maybe it would be easier to stitch the leggies on first and then the fins in the end, because I can at least see where I'm gonna be putting stuff. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stitch the top part first and just get this a bit more pushed in to the back. Yes. I think that's the most anatomically correct-ish. I just need to make sure that it's not gonna be like too spread out, because then it's gonna look very unnatural. Okay, actually, I should actually grab the other froggy so I can see how I put it. Give me a moment. I'll keep Cookie here. So I'm just gonna grab the other froggy from the closet. There. This is how it's gonna be looking. This is how the other froggy is. So I'm gonna try and replicate this. So here I did also like the leg is all the way to the back and a bit spread out, and then the fins are twisted a bit so it can stay flat. But this is like a nice size, even though it's a bit painful. It's a nice size for a little hand companion. And so now we're gonna make him a little friend. I just noticed that they have both the same eye color, so that's fun. So let's do that. Cute, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I really enjoyed making the froggy. I really want to do more. I wanted to do some more dart frogs, but I haven't had the chance to really sit down and design any new patterny things. I'm not really happy where I placed the first stitch, so I'm just gonna cut it and make another knot and redo it. There. I need to be a little bit lower down to the bottom. Or not really the butt, but the end. Oops. My hands are not handing today, I'm sorry. Everything is going like wee. Okay, so this one goes here. So the first stitch is gonna be on this side to the back. And it's better. Now we're gonna just keep doing the ladder stitch. I have to remember to keep my hands over here. And then just keep going. So this is my first positioning stitches. I'm gonna just hold it like this. I wanted to go for a more Halloween-y frog, more fantasy, so I thought like, oh, purple with a nice lime green is gonna be a good balance, I guess. It's always such a great color combination. There. Oh. My hands are already cramping up, that's not good. There, so I think I want this one a little bit more up. So I need to put another stitch here. I want to squish the leggy more towards the body. Something like this, I think, yeah, perfect. Orange frog with black markings. Yeah, I do love the, what do you call them? The dart frogs, they're so pretty. I hope that I'm gonna have some time, and if no, maybe I could even just prepare some very simple ones with the sublimation machine, so that might be fun to just make some weighted froggies or so. I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna put it on the list. So here I can just push the thingy in. So all the stitches and the extra fabric is gonna go inwards. And now it's time to do some extra stitches on the bottom. So now it's kind of like sticking out, but I need to make it a bit more, I don't know how to show it, like a bit more like this. So it's gonna be holding itself a bit more up. So I'm gonna go another way around. And purple eyes, ooh, that would definitely be an even more Halloween-y froggy. Thank you. As I said, like in the previous stream, right now I've been making a lot of different dragons with different color color combinations. So I'm challenging myself to do something different each time. And I always appreciate some color suggestions as well. Oh, I lost my thread. Let's do this again. I have some very pretty colored fabrics now, and a lot of like teal and a lot of shades of green, so I'm excited to make some more creatures. Because it's a color that I didn't have, or the shop didn't have in stock for a long time, and I finally got it again, so I had to jump on it and order a lot to have a stock of teal for a long time. Oh my god. Let me see if I can get this in. No, the thread is just not collaborating. I keep splitting the end each time, so it's not really able to pass through. There we go. Now we got it. I stayed on the leggy, so now we go back to the body and to the leggy again, and then I'm just gonna start going underneath. Start pressing it tighter and tighter to the bottom to get the leg a bit further down. I'm just gonna sculpt it a bit. No. Oh, I really hope that the sun is gonna be collaborating. I don't want to have like this lime green color all the time. I hope that it's not too irritating on your eyes. This is really, really glowing. I'm actually not sure if I can adjust the camera a bit. Maybe I can try that. Let me see if I can do anything about it. I can maybe put a filter over it and do, let's see. Can get it a bit desaturated, so maybe that's gonna help. A bit less contrast. No, contrast has to stay. There, I think this might help. Now it looks a little bit less glowy, but yeah, this one is still glowy. See, this is what I meant in the previous stream when I was saying it's so hard to photograph certain fabrics or do things, even though like the colors are not so glowy, they glow. But I desaturated it a bit, so hopefully it will be a bit easier to look at. And if not, I still have so many projects to sew, so we can always move to a different one. So. And now here at the edge, I'm just gonna make a knot and then try and position the same in the same place on the other side. So now I'm gonna have to make sure that everything is nice and symmetrical. I'm gonna go a knot, and I'm gonna do another knot. Oh, I need to keep being in the range of the camera. Like this. And I need a new thread anyways. That was a bit too short. Let's do this. And hey, first try. Almost. No, I didn't make it. The thread split again. The leaf green looks the same like the little dragon on top of your face cam. Yeah, it actually does look the same. But at least now it's glowing a bit less. Yeah, it's just that, like, the neon type of it. I don't know why this one is glowing so much. Like, it's not even that neon. It's very, like, muted green. But for some reason, it just glows. It glows in the dark. Maybe it's radioactive, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there is any froggies that are this glowing green, so they must be jumping around some radioactive things. So, let's get this one in the same spot. So this is gonna be like this. And oh, I'm just gonna put this first in. Oh, it's always so tricky to get it completely symmetrical. Just the way the different fabrics behave in a different way. It's always a gamble where you're gonna put your first stitch. I think this this looks pretty symmetrical for now. So, oh, here's where the previous stitches are, so I need to be more stabby. I think my needle is also getting a bit more dull, so I'm having some trouble stabbing through the fabric occasionally. But luckily, I got it. I need to make sure that I sew just either before or after the seam line, because that trying to poke through the seams is very hard actually. There. No. I don't even have this needle for such a long time. It's not even curved yet, like my other needles get curved. But for some reason it's already less sharp than what I'm used to. Let's see, I think this leg needs to be a little bit extra tight on here. So I have it dot to dot almost. At least this one has dots, so I can see a bit where I get to stitch it, so it helps me with the symmetry a bit. I think we got it in the right place. Now I just have to bring it down a bit. So now we're gonna start just tightening it to the body a bit more. So, lots of my needles are also curved. Yeah, I think it's really inevitable. It's just the way it sits in my hand, and I press on it like this. So then when I sew, I just push it in, and then I always end up in this position with the thumb against the needle, so it just keeps getting more and more curved. But I did try the completely curved needles, but I really didn't like those, because the curve is in the wrong spot. And they're also a bit thicker than normal, what do you call it, than these needles. Like, these needles are very fine. Lately it's been really a struggle to get these fine needles to buy, because the company changed some of the packaging and how they group them together. So now I have to buy like a whole set of very tiny needles to get just a few of this size needles, because they don't have a packet of just this size needles anymore. So hopefully it will come back. Sometimes it's very handy to have a curved needle. Honestly, I haven't found any use case for myself where I would need it. I do have a whole set of the curved ones, but they're so thick. I think if I would be sewing with some thicker material or so, then it would be beneficial for me, but for the moment I cannot really, I don't know, it feels like, because the thickness of the needle is so much that it just leaves holes in the fabric, and I don't want that. Maybe for fur. Is it better to sew with it for fur, for example? I'm not completely sure that with Minky it would suit me well. So this is kind of symmetrical. Now I'm gonna need to do the feetsies. I'm just gonna push straight through out and get a knot there at the back. So sometimes it's very handy to go for adding wefts wigs. Oh yeah, for that is definitely a good thing. Yeah, I sadly don't like working with fluffy materials and not really good at sewing wigs or anything. Never tried also, but yeah, I can see how that can be really useful. I know that you can also get into some joints and stuff if you're making actual like posable dolls, and so sometimes people use the curved needle to do something there, but for me I haven't really found my way with them yet. I just prefer this tiny long, well, it's not even that long, it's quite short actually. I do have longer needles, but the thickness is a bit more. And they're actual doll needles that are like this big. And I've been planning to, because I never really have anything so big that requires a big needle. Like even if I sew dragons like Cookie, I always use the same needle for. But I was planning to use the giant needle in order to do some tutorials, because it's way easier to make it visible on the tutorial. Like it's easier to see this big of a needle with yarn instead of this if I'm filming something. So I've been planning to do a few mini tutorials of just showcasing some stitches or something. So then those would be perfect. Okay, so now that I have the back feetsies done, or the back thingies, I'm gonna do the fins, because then I can see how we're gonna position the front feet. So as I said before, like I want this one just a little bit tilted, so then when he sits like this, it's gonna help him sit, I guess. Not how you would say it. So I'm just gonna start by putting the needle through at the edge and then sew it pretty much edge to edge. Let's see. I need to make it a bit more outward. So I didn't turn it by a whole 90 degree, but just as a, I don't know, maybe 45 each, not even. Just a little tilt. So now it's really like wiggly and hard to keep in place. I'm just gonna... Normally I would use pins for this, but right now I'm just gonna do it like this. I don't want too many things around when I'm sewing, because I know that I'm gonna poke myself. I don't know why, but whenever like I'm on camera and so, I'm trying to be more careful, and also because I have to keep my hands open so you're able to see something. I always get stabbed, so I have like a whole bunch of things in my first aid kit, so when I stab myself I can just put a pleister on. So this is one of my almost last positioning stitches. I'm gonna do now here one. So I'm gonna try and put the leggy through the stump of the I'm gonna try to put the fin through the, or on top of the stump of the leggy. Now I can just rotate that a bit. And a few positioning stitches to keep it in place. There. And we can start going a bit around and tighten it. Because I need to make sure that it's also not flopping too far out. Because then it would look like a very silly froggy. There. There, just a few more stitches and then it's gonna be secure enough to stay. I'm gonna just push it here a little bit more towards the body or towards the foot. What am I talking about? Towards the leg to keep it a bit more tight. So it should be like going just a little bit below it. And that will help it to stay. Maybe I will need to push the legs a little bit more together in the end, but I think that that's something that I'm gonna fine tune in the end. Right now I just want to make a few last stitches here and prepare to make a knot. I'm gonna just go underneath to do it. Oh, managed to entangle it around his leggy. It always happens. Also with dragons, it always gets stuck in their ears. So. And we're gonna do a knot, double knot. No. Okay. That's nice and secure. There. And now off to the next one. Stretch my hands a bit. I just need to keep doing it because they're cramping really badly already, especially with these like finicky things. There. I'm just gonna try and put it just have to keep cutting it because I'm managing to split the thread and then it doesn't go through, but if I cut it then it makes it a nice like sharp point, so I'm able to get things rolling a bit and we can get the knot. And let's get the other feet. I'm gonna do the same thing, just keep it like this and stab it. Oh, this one has a bit of a thread sticking out, so I'm gonna take care of that first. My scissors are not so sharp anymore, I need to sharpen them. There. So I'm gonna try to position it on the knob. I just put a few placement stitches to keep it where I need it to be. Oh. I almost stabbed myself. Like that. There. Oh, this one I turned a little bit too much, so now I have to fine tune it the other way. Oh no, actually it's quite okay. It is looking symmetrical, nice. I think this last stitch really helped in getting it turned to the side that I needed it. So now I can just stitch around. And just a few extra here. Perfect. At least the big legs are a little bit easier to see where I'm stitching stuff. When I'm doing the small ones, it's very, very hard to even see what I'm doing. So I'm not looking forward to those. So this is one. And this is two. There we go. Clear out my workspace a bit because it's full of fluffs and threads. So these are the back legs, and now I get to move to the front ones. So for those, I can stitch the fins on directly, because then I can kind of gauge how to position them to. And for these ones, I just turn it like 90 degrees and stitch on, so I don't have to really worry about how to position them. They're completely like 90 degrees. So I'm just gonna turn it. So I'm gonna poke through the seam and then just position it over, just like I did with the other ones. Make a few positioning stitches so they stay flat. And so now it's getting like smaller and smaller. It's probably very hard to see what I'm doing. Don't know if this is too zoomed in, but oh, a bit. Don't want to make everything too blurry. I think like this should be fine, right? You can kind of follow what I'm doing. And it's really hard to stab it. Oh, and it entangled as well. There we go. So I'm still feeling quite tired from my previous convention. Like I didn't really manage to rest because of the heat. So I'm now just have to push through some hand sewing sessions, embroidery sessions. I'm gonna be cutting stickers tomorrow, probably the entire day. Just gonna prepare the last few things and hopefully have some breaks after the convention. Would be nice to actually just have that feeling of like summer vacation after so much sewing. My hands are definitely gonna need it. There. No. So I need to tilt it a little bit more up because now it's down and it needs to be a bit more up. It's so tiny. So I made it to the top. Now I'm just gonna grab a little extra fabric from the top and a short one from the bottom, so I can tilt it a bit. There. Now I think it's time to do the last knot. I'm just gonna do it on the bottom-ish, or oh no, actually I'm gonna do it on the side. That's the least visible. I'm gonna just put this little knot over here. Like that. And another one. Yeah, I think before I do the other froggy, I'm gonna do a few keychains because this is really making me cramp up a bit. And Don't want to damage my hand too much. There. So this is our one leggy. It looks so silly. So one leggy that's not that fluorescent on this side. I think I'm gonna be putting it somewhere here on the bottom, so they are just a tad bit visible, but still able to hold up the plushie a bit. Something like this, I guess. It looks good from the side, at least. Let's do the other one, and then I'm gonna stitch it up in the end. So I'm just gonna see, like somewhere here. So here's my choice. And I'm gonna, of course, have to do a label as well. Don't wanna forget that one. There. Let's make a knot. And we're gonna do one poke over here. And just like with the previous one, I'm just gonna turn it by like 90 degrees and try and stitch it on. I just need to remember to keep it in the camera because I'm so used to like pull it very close. There. Label in his mouth like he's holding it. Oh no, I actually put the label here on the bottom, so it's kind of not in the way of the leggies, but also it doesn't really pollute anything. But definitely in the mouth would be funny. Maybe I can do a few with like little tongs. That would be fun as well. I don't think the label would work really well as a tongue because it's white and it has letters on it, so I just wish that the leggies would be a bit simpler to make. I didn't want to make too big of a froggies because then it would really maybe look too off or so, because it's... So I wanted to keep them nice palm-sized. Kind of like... This would still pass as a big frog in real life, I guess. There. Or a toad. Yeah, I'm really happy to make a bit more reptiles and amphibians and so, because I don't think they get a lot of love. And also some insects. That's also always fun. There. I think we have... Nice. It's nice and same length, luckily. There. And we're gonna get it over here, so I can push it upwards a bit again. Then I'm gonna make the knot to the side. Or actually I'm gonna go more towards the bottom on this one, because it has a lot of spots here on the side, so it would be a pity to add a knot right there. I'm gonna try and grab just a little bit of fabric, just enough to twirl it a bit around. And now the second one. like this. And now it's time to position the leggies. But first stretch my fingers a bit. Oh, my hands are struggling. Not good, not good. Oh, I see that I missed a little stabilizer over here actually. There we go. The rest feels smooth, and in the cheeks. It's always so satisfying to pick off with the tweezers. I'm gonna... oh, you're not able to see. There's still a little plastic foil left in the tight spaces around, so I'm gonna get that. There. I wanted to scratch myself. I need to scratch my ear. Okay, so this ones I want to position. So this is the left, this is the right. So I want to position them like this, right underneath this, I'm gonna call it like this peanut tilt. And something like this. I'm gonna just make a positioning stitch and just go for it. So I'm gonna do a very tiny one. So something here. And I'm gonna bring the elbow a little bit tighter to the body, so it doesn't have too much of a lift, because if not it's gonna look like this, and we do not want that. I just want like a slight lift of it. It's just holding itself a bit, but not being too high up, because I think that would kind of break the illusion of the froggy. I'm gonna do something like this. So the front part I'm gonna see, this is how it would look if I would just stitch it like this. But I'm gonna try and pull this one a bit backwards and keep it so. Right now I'm just putting the position in place. Look, his poor arm is going all over the place. And there. So these are my first positioning stitches, and now I'm gonna start just like bringing the elbow down and just sculpting it a bit more. There. Let's start bringing it down. And I think I need to put the elbow a little bit more towards the inner part. I'm just gonna hold it there between my fingers. I think like this should be fine. Hope I didn't put it too far back. Oh no, I think it's kind of similar. I just need to stitch it a bit more. I think I put it too further down actually. Because now I see that here is not that far. So I need to restitch it actually, because it looks a bit... I went a bit too far in. So I need to bring the leggy just a bit more out, like this. Oh, maybe I can actually... I don't need to restitch it, I just have to push it to the side. Never mind. I just need to sculpt it a bit to the side. And it's gonna be the same effect, so... So instead of pushing the elbow to the back, I'm pushing it more towards the side. And I just need to make sure not to destroy the embroidery. because now I'm very close to it. But this is... at least I don't have to get everything unstitched. I can still sculpt it a bit to get it in the perfect position. There. So this one is done. Yeah, perfect. It's still in the same position, as you can see from this to this. I think I aimed quite well. Not too bad, not too bad. Oh. I just hope that I'm gonna be able to symmetrically attach the other one, because that's always a struggle. Like, doing stuff symmetrical is so struggling sometimes. I'm gonna make another knot right next to it. Oh, this one slipped a bit in too much. Like that. And it's time for another thread. I think for the next thingy, I'm gonna be cutting out and stitching the platypus keychain, because I think that's gonna be the most accurate color compared to the frogs, and also would hurt my hands a little bit less. But I think brown is not gonna be so neon. I do have also I think this one. Yeah, that's gonna look good. And I also have a little stegosaur in brown that might work. I don't know if let's see. Oh, the yellow one would work as well. And I got the orange ones as well with purple. I was just making like a little mix, because the rest is like bluish and neon green again. So I don't think that's a nice color, but these two would work. But yeah, I also have purple ones. These ones work as well. Purple is always nice too. Maybe we're gonna do purple stego. I think I'm gonna leave the label for this one on a different day when my hands are feeling a bit better. Like this. And let's put this one on. So let's try and aim for the same position. So I'm gonna just put it on. I think this is kinda where it's supposed to be. It's always so hard to gauge when it's not stitched out yet, or if it's just pinned. Because the moment you stitch, and like now I'm pushing all the fabric like this on the inside with the stuffing, but once you do that, then the fabric sometimes doesn't look symmetrical, even though it is. So it's a lot of extra adjustments that I have to do in order to get it to look similar to the way the fabric behaves. But I think I got it this time. I was lucky on both leggies. So let's get it over here. Luckily the sun went down a bit, so the colors are a little bit better now. Not so more neon. So it's so hard when the light is shifting outside to get the camera colors correct. There. So now I'm gonna start bringing the legs a little bit more outward again. I'm gonna be pressing the stitches into the side and a bit into the back. Let's see if we can get it turned a bit, because now it's looking a bit so, but with a few extra stitches I can turn the leggy, so then it will look a bit similar. There. Just a few more stitches and I'm done. There. Perfect. It looks good. It looks good. And I'm just gonna bring the stitch or the thread on the other side so I can do a knot here underneath the elbow on the inside part. I think that's gonna be easier to keep hidden. There. And another one. There. There we go. Our froggy is finished. Yay. So now he has a friend. There. This is the second froggy. Now they're friends. You can see. They look cute together. There we go. Yay! They look kind of symmetrical, so I just need to... I'm gonna actually attach the label now, because if not I'm gonna forget. So let's see if I have them here. Let me see. Still have to snip them out. There we go. So what I do is I just clamp it with the hemostats. So I have a little bit of an edge to go in, and I'm gonna make an incision here on the bottom. Just need to be careful not to go through any stitches that I just placed. So it just needs a little incision there. So enough for the length. Then I can just pull it or push it in, and because I have it on the hemostats, it's a bit easier to keep it in place. Oh, I see that I need to open it up a little bit more, if not I get like a the label keeps going a bit wavy in. So I'm just gonna spread it out a bit. I want it as flat as possible, but I need to make a bit of a bigger opening. I think it was just a bit small. So from here I just do the ladder stitch to keep the label in. There. I'm gonna pull it up. It's still making a little... Wait. I need to open it on this side a bit more. There. Now I need to spread it out. I do not want any rimples. There we go. So now it's nice and straight and it's out just enough. And I'm gonna do a few stitches. Hopefully this is gonna be enough thread. Now I get to close the opening still with the ladder stitch and going through the label to keep it secure. So I'm gonna just start over here. So just go poke through the label, go to the other side, and from here I grab the other piece of fabric and then poke back through the label and then poke again through the fabric. So I'm just doing the ladder stitch with a few extra steps and poking the label in between. So then when I close it off, it's gonna be completely nice and flat. The tricky part is just making sure that the label doesn't slip out while you're poking through. So I'm trying to keep the needle. I'm trying to keep the needle as close to the stitches as possible, and I actually managed to make a knot. So I'm gonna poke through it first. It doesn't happen often that this thread gets into a knot, but when it does, it's so nasty. I'm just trying to push it open. There we go. I'm gonna pull it through. And now I have to retread it. Hopefully I don't have to snip too much because it's quite short one, but I think I will have to. Oh. So just cut it at an angle to make a point and then try and push it through. And it's not going. It's like the eternal struggle. There we go. Now we have it. Hopefully it won't slip out again. So now I'm on this side, back through the label. So I'm trying to just hold the label down so it doesn't move when I get the needle through. And here we are towards the edge. We're gonna go again through the label. And then I'm just gonna extend the ladder stitch a bit further, even though it's not needed, but I want to make sure that it's not only going through the label, but also through the fabric itself. So just put like 2 stitches extra on the side without the label. And this one is nodding again. Okay. And now we do the same thing back, just try and fine tune a little bit, make a few fine stitches just in between the spots of the ladder, so it will stay good. And of course I have to get a few stitches here at the edge area as well, because now I cut it a bit extra. So I don't want any openings in the fabric. I'm gonna do this. Now I don't need to go through the label anymore, but just close the hole in the back, so you can see there is like a little hole here in the back that I'm gonna be closing. And now the hole is gone. Magic. I'm gonna do a few extra stitches over here. And then instead of going back and doing a knot there, I'm gonna go underneath the leg. So just grab a seam of the leg, make like a little knot over here. So that's extra secure. And the label is not really that intrusive on the design itself, so that helps too. And you can easily just snip it off if needed. There, another knot. And our froggy is completely finished. But now I'm gonna have to make a nice photo shoot with this froggy. There you go. Now there are two complete friends with the label. That's not too intrusive. The frog is finished. And Cookie is here, just falling. I was way too focused on the froggies to even look at Cookie. So he was there planking on the floor. He's probably melting as well. So this is our froggies. And now I'm gonna switch and go to make a few keychains. There, they can stay and cuddle up here in the corner of the screen. I'm gonna make a few dinos because they are on the platypus. So let's start with the platypus. That is fun. It's gonna be a nice, easy one for me to do. So I'm just gonna cut it out really quickly. Luckily the stabilizer is already off. So I just need to cut this out. And let me put the camera a little bit more out now so you are able to see things a bit better, so I don't have to keep having everything in the there. I'm gonna put the neon stuff away. There, everything in the picture. Luckily the brown one you can see a bit better, so that's gonna be easier. So now I'm gonna be going and just snipping around it very roughly. Just get as much fabric off as I can. And then the second pass is gonna be clipping the fabric. So now I'm just trying to scissors. I'm just trying to snip as much off as I can. I'm leaving these platypuses really more flat and not stuffing them too much, because I think it's nice if they just get the shape and hold it a bit, but they feel really nice when they're floppy. So I'm not gonna fill them up too much, just enough to have a bit more of a 3D feel to it. There. So I'm gonna free the label here on the top. Don't want to cut too much through the label, but this is enough. And I'm gonna be just clipping into the fabric on a lily pad. I do still have the lily, I probably have it in the drawer, but I do still have the lily pad there, so I could put it on a lily pad. But I probably need to make a bigger one, so they can all have a party on the lily pad. There. So I'm gonna do a bit more clipping this time around. Oof, all these fluffs. So I'm just gonna clip very, very close to the outline. Get as much off as I can on the chunky parts. And just get there into every single corner. I'm not able to see what I'm doing. Just clip, clip, clip. So the more I free each corner, the better it's gonna be with turning. And later on with keeping the shape without rimples. No, what do you call it? Wrinkles. Not rimples, wrinkles. So wrinkle-free fabric plushie. And luckily on the inward points I don't have to take away so much. I'm just doing it to not have too bulky parts, but you can get away with quite a lot of leaving extra fabric in. It's just on the flat, like on the curve out area that you cannot leave too much fabric. There it's better to trim it off, so it has more space to breathe when you turn it. There we go. And from here, I like to just make a little incision here. I'm not gonna make it too big. I don't want to make it too biggy. And let's do the tail end first, because that's the easiest one to push through. Then I'm gonna go to the face. I need to make sure to not grab the label too far and not to grab the beak, because the beak has a lot of embroidery, so I don't want to destroy the embroidery. So I want to grab just the top of the head each time to get that, or the label. So this is our beak. I'm just gonna push everything out with the hemostats. Now I get to push the little feet, which are a little bit tricky because it's such a small hole but such a big embroidered area. But with a nice push it comes out, so we get all of them out. The tail is nice and all out. They're so fluffy. I love this fabric so much. There. And last paw. Oh, I'm slipping out of the hole. There. Now I have to push this one out. Tricky, tricky, tricky. There we go. Perfect. So our platypus is out. It's so fluffy. There, it's almost cookie color. Almost. That's how it looks from this angle. And there is still a little bit of foil here at the edges of the feet, see? So here at the edges of the feet and so, but that I try and pick out as much as I can, and whatever I can't, then I would just remove with a wet sponge, because that doesn't disturb the fabric too much. Cute, thank you. Yeah, I have... Oh, I'm gonna start dropping stuff because my hands are a bit painful from the froggy. So sorry about that. But now I'm gonna be making also some teal platypuses, inspired by our lovely Perry, the platypus. So I'm so excited that the new fabric arrived on time. The only thing I'm waiting now is the beans. So I'm a little bit stuck, and I'm hoping that the beans are gonna arrive in time to still be able to do a few plushies. And then now I'm gonna be ready for Dutch Comic Con. So now, as I said, I'm gonna put very little stuffing, maybe even less than this. I just want it like here in this area of the belly. Oh, sorry, froggy. Oh, cookie, hold my thingy. So I'm gonna put it a bit under the beak and in the head to get that bobble of the head. I'm keeping the feet very flat. So this one is just stuffed a little bit to get this bobble. I'm gonna put a little bit into the belly. Just a bit more. Make him nice and chubby. Oh, that's too much. Something like this. So very little stuffing, so it keeps a nice chubby shape, but this is still so flat and floppy, and the embroidery is keeping it in shape. And the tail is completely flat, so I think that fits nicely with the platypus. And now what's left is to just massage it a bit and close the hole. So I'm gonna use the black one on this one. It's a bit easier to use like dark thread on darker fabric, light thread on lighter fabric. So. There we go. I'm gonna just start on top and do the regular ladder stitch all the way to the bottom. Need to watch out that my thread doesn't entangle on all this long furry part. I'm just like squishing the hole, keeping it open, and then you can see the ladder stitch is straightforward. I'm just making small, how do you call it? Small steps. So they're quite close together. There. The most satisfying part is just pulling everything together. So I'm gonna wait till the last moment. Right now I'm just getting it situated. And one more stitch. I'm sorry, I need to go. Ah, no worries, Bianca. We're gonna give you a nice dragon kiss. Mwah! Thank you for keeping us company so far. And I hope you have a good night. And we'll see you next time, of course. So now we get to just pull this closed. There we go. I don't think we got the last stitch up. There we go. Now it's completely closed. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a longer pull if I do a long stitch, but good night for later. Thank you. Bye bye. So now, and this thread doesn't break, so that's perfect. Like I tried to break this thread for such a long time, but luckily it can sustain everything. So now the thing is closed and I can just go back up and restitch over it. I think I'm gonna do a purple dino and then the stream is gonna be ending now anyways, because I see that's already 10:30. I'm gonna extend it just for one more dino because I need to I want to see how they look before I stitch a few more. There we go. So now we have a very secure stitches. Everything is nice and closed. You're staying here. Yay! Then you're gonna be able to see the dino. Thank you. There, and I'm gonna do another stitch right next to it. There. And this one is done. So little froggies get a nice platypus friend. A bit chubby one, but cute. There, stretch hands a bit. Get all those carpal tunnel things sorted. Ah, this feels good actually. After so much sewing, my hands really get like numb almost from all the pressure. So I'm gonna clear up my side of the table here, collect all of the little platypus scraps, and we're gonna do a purple dino. They're cute as well. So I'm gonna do the same thing, just roughly cut it out first. And then do some detailed cutting in between while clipping. Luckily the keychains take a little bit shorter time to cut and stitch out, or cut and stitch out like the big plushies do, especially these ones with so many pieces. It took me almost an hour to just sew it together, even though I had it already cut out from last time. I think cutting it out last time took me also at least 45 minutes, so it's almost a 2-hour plushie. There. So now I'm gonna start clipping the fabric and just getting all of the excess out of the way. I'm gonna open the hole over here. And so we have to make sure to go all in between the little spikes and cut into it, so we're not gonna get any wrinkles over there. I'm just gonna try and cut as much as I can flat. And make a bit of scalloping here and there. I also don't really make make it easy for myself with all these spikes. Oh, I see here. Oh, I thought that there was like a little extra piece of thread, and I thought it was unraveling, but luckily it was just from before extra piece of thread that was picked up from the table. There. I'm gonna get this one. And just a few more. And there. The fluffy tails that I make take me about 15 hours. Wow. Yeah, that's really a lot of brushing and a lot of sewing. I do have some of the like bigger dragons that take me a long time. Like last time, I can't even remember the moth dragon that I did for Castle Fest. It also took me quite some hours. I think I had like 3 days or so. 2.5 days, 3 days. It took me quite a lot of sleepless nights to actually get it done. And then I was still sewing like before we went in the car. I was just fortifying the stitches. I'm hoping that she's gonna be joining me to the Castle Fest edition of this year. So I finished this part and I'm just gonna do the opening here. I think that's the best spot. And let's pull out the tail first. So I always like to pull stuff that's further away first. Makes it go out of the way easier. And then we just flip the head part with the label. And push everything out. And get this out. And get all of the little spikies. So for this one, I'm kind of gonna do the same thing. I'm not gonna put too much in the spikes. I'm gonna keep them floppy. But I will put a lot of stuff in the middle to make it nice and chubby. So I want to stuff mostly that. I need to make sure that this little area gets out. There is the little spiky over here that needs to come out. There we go. And of course the leggies. Oh, not able to find the other leggy. It was too close to the opening. There. Just push all of the points out. And, oh, I forgot one more. There we go. And this is our nice taggy. With the perfect colors. With mint and purple. So from here on, I'm gonna be stuffing it. I'll just grab the stuffing again. No, it's because of the ventilator just flying all around the table. Let's see how much stuffing will this one take. So I want to put a bit more into the head to keep the rounded shape. Cute, thank you. I'm glad that you like it. I went for a complete cuteness factor in these dinos. To make them like, because they even have like little plushy lines, if you're able to see. Like I made them in silver, but the little plushy lines, so they're plush dinos. But they're double plush. I'm probably gonna have to stuff the leggies a bit. I don't know if I'm able to leave them empty. Might look a bit off if the legs are empty, so I'm gonna be pushing a bit of stuffing underneath. There. I think this might be enough. Oh, a little bit more over here so it won't be too bendy, even though it's cute, but we don't want it to be too bendy. There we go. And just a little bit more push that side. And the last leggy. So I think now is everything pushed in such a way that it's not gonna wrinkle too much, but still stay nice and floppy. I might push a little bit to the tail end. That one is quite empty, actually. Don't want it to be empty. Just the spikies can be empty, because when they wrinkle on this side, it's actually really cute. And it keeps them nice and up. So this is how the stego looks stuffed. And now we get to just close off. I'm gonna use gray one on this one. It's just a bit too dark for the black. But gray is almost finished. I'll probably need to order a new one. Luckily I don't have that many gray plushies to do. I'm just gonna get my focus face on to be able to push the needle through. Oh, almost. There. There. Now I get to stitch it. And then I need to go to bed because I'm feeling myself getting tired. There. And we get to stitch this closed. So just a regular ladder stitch again. There. Oh. I just keep getting stuck on the little spikies. You're just impaling them. Oh, I love it how quick this one goes. There. And now we get to do a knot here in the back. Or a double knot. Double knot. And another one right next to it for good measure. There we go. And our steggy is finished. And last but not least, I have to remove some of the stabilizer again. I'm just gonna put my needle here so I don't lose it. Because he has some stabilizer here in between the details. Nothing there. There's a little small thread over here that I have to remove. Just a straight thread. I don't think there's any other. Oh, here. So I'm just tidying it up a bit. There. It's always like in the corners and where the spaces are very tight between where the stitches are. There is always some leftover stabilizer staying. So I'm just want to remove those big chunks. And it's always so satisfying when you pull it and the entire chunk comes off. There. And this one. And the big one. Oh, I keep forgetting to keep my hands in the frame. It's quite a challenge sometimes. There. There's nothing at the head area, luckily. So I just need to go back at the little spiky over here. There's still a piece left. And a stray thing to cut away. So it was just a jump stitch that didn't get cut, so but luckily I can just get rid of it with scissors. There we go. Sorting the colors and the brushing takes the most time. Yeah, I can believe that. For me, just figuring out which colors I'm gonna do, it takes almost half a day. There we go. Our purple stego is done. Our platypus is done. And our one froggy. So this is all I managed to do in almost 2 hours time, sadly. That's as much as my hands allowed. But yeah, I hope you had fun watching them come to life. There. They're all together, being happy friends. And they're gonna be coming to Dutch Comic Con with me, so yay! I'm happy at least I finished this today. I was mostly working with patterns and letting the machine run, but now I have 3 items that I finished, so progress! But yeah, me and Cookie are gonna wish you a very good night or a very good rest of the day if you're on the other side of the world. And we're gonna see you again next week for another probably hand sewing live stream, because I need to hand sew like such big stock of dragons and keychains and hair clips and all the other stuff that I'm bringing with you. So good luck on your tails, mermaid. I hope that you make some nice progress as well. And Cookie is gonna give you a big kiss. Mwah! And here. Mwah! Bye bye. Thank you for watching.